practitioner, before we begin the inner journey, we prepare the outer container that will hold this practice. Take a few moments to ensure the space around you supports rest. Allow the room to be cool, dim, and quiet. If there are any remaining distractions, lights, devices, sounds, gently remove or soften them now. This preparation is not a task to rush through. It is the first signal to your nervous system that it is safe to slow down. You are creating a sanctuary, a temporary retreat from the world of action and stimulus. Feel the intention in this act as you draw the curtain or dim the lamp. You are symbolically drawing a boundary around this time, declaring it sacred for restoration. Notice the quality of the air, perhaps slightly cooler against your skin. This coolness is not a discomfort, but an invitation for the body to turn its energy inward, to conserve its warmth and focus on the subtle processes of repair. The semi-darkness behind your eyelids is a canvas upon which the inner world will gently come to life. Any faint sounds from beyond this room, let them be merely part of the background, like distant waves on a shore, reminding you of the world continuing on while you are granted this pause. There is no need for perfect silence, only a willingness to let sounds pass through your awareness without grabbing your attention. When you are ready, lie down on your back in Savasana, the corpse pose. This posture represents complete surrender. Nothing to fix, nothing to perform. Allow your legs to fall open naturally, without adjustment or effort. Let your feet relax outward, toes pointing wherever they choose. Bring your arms a few inches away from your body. Palms facing upward, fingers gently curled or open. This open posture invites receiving rather than doing. Consider the profound symbolism of this ancient asana. It is a practice of dying to the day, to the story, to the endless chatter of the mind. It is an active rehearsal of release where you voluntarily let go of all muscular holding, all posturing, all defense. Feel the weight of your bones yielding to gravity. Your skeleton is simply a structure resting upon the earth. If for these next moments, it requires no effort from you. There is a deep trust implicit in this position. Trust that you will be held, that you are safe enough to be vulnerable, open, and still let your body express this trust physically. If there is any trembling, any residual tension, acknowledge it without judgment. It is merely the body, accustomed to its vigilant state, learning a new and unfamiliar language of peace. Feel the surface beneath you supporting your body fully. Notice how your weight is distributed, where the ground meets your heels, your calves, your hips, your back, your shoulders, the back of your head. You do not need to hold yourself up in any way. The earth is doing that work for you. Scan these points of contact. Is there a sensation of pressure, of warmth, of solidity? Explore them with a gentle curiosity now. Bring kindness to any areas that feel strained or uncomfortable. If it feels supportive, place a pillow under your head or beneath your knees to reduce any strain in the lower back. If your body benefits from warmth or containment, cover yourself with a blanket. These small gestures communicate safety and care to the body. They are practical acts of self-compassion. The blanket is not just fabric. It is a gentle embrace, a signal to the primal mind that you are protected. The pillow under the knees is a simple mercy for the lumbar spine, allowing it to lengthen and rest. Attend to these details as you would for a cherished guest. Your body is that guest. Honor its request as you make these adjustments. Feel the corresponding internal sigh, a subtle release of a held breath you may not have even noticed. The body's gratitude is immediate, a softening of the diaphragm, a melting of the joints. Allow your eyes to close gently, without squeezing or effort. Feel the muscles around the eyes soften. Let your jaw relax, your tongue resting loosely in the mouth. In this moment, you are stepping out of roles, responsibilities, and identity. You're not a problem to solve. You're not a task to complete. You're simply here with the closing of the eyes. The external world recedes, the visual cortex, that busy processor of shapes and dangers and information is granted a reprieve. The energy typically spent on interpreting light can now turn inward. Feel the profound relief in the tiny muscles of the face. The forehead smooths, the cheeks soften, the temples relax, the jaw often a fortress of unspoken words and clenched resolve. Lets its gate fall open. The tongue engages from the roof of the mouth. These are not small things. They are the physical correlates of relinquishing control. You're dissolving the armor piece by tiny piece. Your only job is to receive. Nothing more is required. As you settle, allow the pace of the world to fall. Bring your attention gently, as if turning the head of a sleeping child, to the natural rhythm of your breath as it moves through your body. In this quiet sanctuary of stillness, there is nothing to correct, nothing to deepen, and nothing to control. The ancient autonomic intelligence of your nervous system knows how to breathe itself. It has done so without interruption since your very first moment of life. Your role here is not that of a director or manager, but of a calm and deeply interested observer. Simply witness the breath exactly as it is in this moment, without any agenda for improvement or change. Feel the subtle, cool whisper of air as it enters the nostrils on the inhale, light and almost delicate. Notice how it brushes past the inner passages of the nose, how it flows downward into the throat, and how it fills the lungs with quiet efficiency. You may sense a gentle swelling in the belly, a soft expansion of the rib cage, or a slight lift through the chest. Allow each of these sensations to register without commentary. Notice the brief, suspended pause at the very top of the inhalation, that moment of fullness and stillness before the breath turns on its own. Then feel the slightly warmer air as it leaves the body on the exhale, flowing outward naturally, carrying with it any residual mental or physical effort. This warmth is the body releasing what it no longer needs. Allow your awareness to rest lightly on this simple and timeless cycle. Breath arrives from the world outside, a quiet gift. Breath departs back into the world. An equally quiet release, nothing else is required of you. If the breath feels shallow, uneven, or tentative, allow it without interference. This is the breath of a body beginning to descend into rest, and it is appropriate exactly as it is. If the breath feels slow, expansive, or deeply calm, allow it as well. You are not here to optimize, judge, or perform. You're here only to witness and accompany. With each completing exhale, sense the body yielding downward as if becoming slightly heavier. With every breath out, imagine any remaining tension, subtle worries, faint muscular holding, draining gently through the back of the body and into the surface beneath you. Feel the shoulders soften and slide away from the ears. Feel the chest loosen its quiet grip around the heart and lungs. Feel the abdomen release its habitual guarding. The breath itself becomes quieter, more economical, more efficient without any conscious effort. The body is settling into its minimum necessary rhythm, conserving energy for deeper restoration. Thoughts, images, and fragments of the day will naturally arise. This is not a mistake or a problem when you notice the mind drifting into planning, remembering, or commentary. Meet this with neutrality. Do not engage the storyline, do not engage the suppressant. Instead, with the lightest possible touch, return attention to the physical sensation of breathing. The coolness at the tip of the nose on the inhale, the warmth at the upper lip on the exhale. Each return is not a failure, but a quiet act of self-regulation, gently guiding the nervous system towards safety, then rest. As this observation continues, you may notice the spaces between breaths growing slightly longer. The pause is more pronounced. This is a clear physiological sign of the parasympathetic nervous system. The body's rest and digest mode is taking the lead. Heart rate slows, muscle tone decreases. Internal vigilance softens. The body recognizes at a deep level that it is safe to rest. Remain anchored here in the steady rhythm of the breath. Let it be your unwavering point of reference as the external world fades into irrelevance. For now, there is only breath and body, engaged in their ancient dialogue. Everything else can wait. You are crossing the threshold into deeper stillness, guided gently by the breath itself. It has done so without interruption since your very first moment of life. Your role here is not that of a director or manager, but of a calm and deeply interested observer. Simply witness the breath exactly as it is in this moment, without any agenda for improvement or change. Feel the subtle, cool whisper of air as it enters the nostrils on the inhale, light and almost delicate. Notice how it brushes past the inner passages of the nose, how it flows downward into the throat, and how it fills the lungs with quiet efficiency. You may sense a gentle swelling in the belly, a soft expansion of the rib cage, or a slight lift through the chest. Allow each of these sensations to register without commentary. Notice the breath, suspended pause at the very top of the inhalation. That moment of fullness and stillness before the breath turns on its own. And feel the slightly warmer air as it leaves the body. On the exhale, flowing outward naturally, carrying with it any residual mental or physical effort. This warmth is the body releasing what it no longer needs. Now that the breath has become a steady and reliable anchor, a constant rhythm in the quieting dark, we gently widen the field of awareness to include the body as a whole. This expansion is soft like the lens of a camera slowly adjusting to take in a broader, stiller landscape. There is no scanning in a mechanical, linear, or checklist-driven sense. We are not conducting an inventory. Instead, allow awareness to drift naturally like a slow, warm tide moving through the inner channels of the body, noticing with a passive curiosity where pockets of effort, vigilance, or readiness still linger. Very often, the body itself, in its innate wisdom, reveals these areas without any instruction or searching. The jaw that subtly clenches around a reservoir of unspoken words, the shoulders that hover near the ears carrying in an invisible weight, the forehead that holds a faint line of concentration, the hands that remain slightly curled in preparedness, or the lower back that maintains a gentle, anticipatory brace, as if poised for movement or load. Wherever your attention is spontaneously drawn first is precisely where it needs to be. Trust this somatic intelligence. It is guiding you to the places most in need of your acknowledging presence. On your next slow, unforced, and complete exhale, invite that specific area to soften. Understand this invitation deeply. It is not an act of command, control, or forceful imposition. You are not a sculptor pushing relaxation into the resistant clay of the body. You are more like a gardener providing the conditions, the water of your attention and the sunlight of your permission for something to grow on its own. You are allowing what is already possible, what is waiting just beneath the surface of habit, to occur. Imagine the muscles in that specific region loosening their intricate weave as if warmed from the inside by a compassionate heat, like countless grains of sand settling downward under their own undeniable weight, finding a state of perfect, natural rest. Feel the subtle but profound shift from a state of holding, however minor or long-standing, to a state of resting, from a posture of readiness and defense to a profound granting of permission to simply be. This micro-release sends a ripple through your entire system. Now, gently guide your awareness to the specific, tangible points where your physical body meets the unwavering, supportive surface beneath you. Bring a detailed sensory focus to each. Feel the heels resting heavily, like smooth stones settled in a riverbed. No longer prepared to push off or move. Notice the calves and the full length of the thighs spreading outward slightly against the floor, relinquishing their habitual subtle grip, their muscular tension dissolving into weight. Sense the entire pelvis broadening, the weight of the hip bones being fully received and accepted by the ground. Allowing the sacrum to sink, releasing the gentle, natural curve of the lumbar spine. Allow the lower back to rest without any effort to correct, arch or flatten it. Let it find its own surrender neutral shape. Let the upper back widen, as if the shoulder blades are two wings soften, melting downward and outward, away from the spine, creating space across the heart center. No longer required to stabilize or retract. Finally, feel the profound total support under the back of the head, the skull heavy release from the subtle constant work of balancing and orienting you in space. The head is a globe resting on a sacred stand. Each of these points of contact sends a quiet, continuous message to the intelligent nervous system. The ground is communicating through the honest language of pressure and support. You are held. You are contained. You do not have to hold yourself up. The more completely the body begins to trust this objective, physical reality of support, the less it needs to maintain its own background muscular tone. The minimal contraction that defines posture in the waking. Gravitational world muscles that have been unconsciously engaged throughout the day for stability, for expression, for emotional armoring, begin to disengage fiber by fiber. This is not a collapse into weakness or passivity. It is a movement into supreme biological and metabolic efficiency. The body is learning in real time that it can conserve vast amounts of energy, redirecting precious resources for muscular maintenance towards the silent, vital work of cellular repair, neural integration, and psychic restoration. If, within this spreading calm, sensations of discomfort, pockets of restless energy, or even waves of emotional residue, a sudden tightness in the throat, a hollow feeling in the chest, a remembered sadness arise. Meet them with a steadfast, open neutrality. Do not contract around them. We'll launch a mental investigation. There is no need to label them as problems to be solved, distractions to be removed, or obstacles to your peace. Allow more back dimensions. There is no way without. That's a posture in the waking, gravitational world. Muscles that have been unconsciously engaged throughout the day, for stability, for expression, for emotional armoring. From this state of growing stillness and profound receptivity, where the body feels heavy and the mind's chatter has softened to a whisper, we now turn gently inward to the sacred act of setting your Sankalpa. Understand this. The Sankalpa is not a New Year's resolution, not a goal shouted with gritted teeth toward a distant future. It is an inner resolve, a quiet, potent statement of essential truth that operates from the depths, far beneath the layer of conscious effort and willpower. It is a declaration spoken in the present tense, not because you are pretending, but because it points to a fundamental quality of being you wish to nurture or recognize as your birthright. It reflects what is most deeply needed or most fundamentally true already, at the level of the nervous system and the body itself. A truth awaiting your conscious alignment.
Allow yourself to approach this step without intellectual strain or frantic analysis.
There is no need to search for the most eloquent words or to craft something that sounds spiritually impressive. In fact, the simpler, more concrete, and more sincere the Sankalpa, the more effectively it can permeate the subconscious layers of your being. Let the phrase arise naturally, as if it is surfacing from a deeper, quieter layer of knowing, from the heart or the gut, rather than being constructed by the analytical thinking mind. It may be a single word or a short phrase. It may relate to a core need for safety, for ease, for trust, for healing, for wholeness, or for deep permission-based rest. Examples like, I am safe, I am at ease, I trust the process of my life, or I am whole and complete, are merely guides. Your own Sankalpa will have a particular, unique resonance that feels quiet, grounded, and authentically true for you in this moment of your journey. It should feel like a sigh of recognition, not a motto to strive toward. Once your Sankalpa has formed in the inner silence, bring it gently into the forefront of your awareness and repeat it silently, inwardly to yourself 3 times. Do not rush. Let the words move through you slowly, with spaciousness between repetitions, without urgency or forced emotion. There is no need to emphasize them dramatically or imbue them with exaggerated feeling. Simply allow them to be present in your awareness, as if the body itself is listening cell by cell. As you repeat it, notice how the phrase lands somatically, not in the conceptual mind, but in a physical container. Does it resonate in the chest with a feeling of expansion? Does it settle in the belly with a sense of grounding? Does it bring a subtle wave of softening through the shoulders or jaw? Or perhaps there is no noticeable sensation at all, just a quiet acknowledgement. All responses, or the lack thereof, are completely valid. The effectiveness of a Sankalpa does not depend on immediate dramatic feedback or a feeling of instantaneous belief. Its power works in the dark, fertile soil below. It is crucial to understand that your nervous system is now in a uniquely receptive, suggestible, and plastic state, akin to the hypnagogic threshold as the body relaxes into the parasympathetic dominance of Yoga Nidra. The usual cognitive filters of resistance, skepticism, and logical contradiction soften and become porous. This altered state allows the Sankalpa to be received directly by the subconscious and limbic systems without the usual egoic argument or intellectual defense. You do not need to believe the statement completely with your conscious, doubting mind for it to be effective. The process is more subtle. Repetition within a context of profound safety and relaxation is sufficient. The unconscious mind responds to consistency, emotional tone, and the context of safety, not to logical persuasion or forceful affirmation. You are placing a seed into the moist, warm earth of your own awareness. After repeating the Sankalpa these 3 sacred times, practice the art of complete release. Let the words themselves dissolve back into the background of your awareness like a gentle ripple settling on the surface of still water, leaving only a trace of its movement. There is no need to cling to the phrase, to revisit it mentally, to analyze it, or to continually check whether it is working. The effort is over, the sowing is done. It has been registered at a level deeper than conscious thought, in the realm where real organic change germinates slowly and unfolds according to its own wisdom. To cling to it would be to dig up the seed, to check for roots. Now cultivate trust. Trust that your Sankalpa will continue to operate quietly, autonomously throughout the remainder of this deep practice and into your waking life. It will be nourished by the delta wave sleep of profound integration that follow, watered by the silence and warmed by your own innate life force. Nothing more is required of you. No further effort, no monitoring. Idosa Celsus Winne,
the careful salable trash to next the place that all go down the world. Say call but the knowing cards with things that have crowned at my knees. For they know since stricts will have the strange and like six necks of stranger ways per believe the conscious hangs to old trucks of fordings and patience of the spout. This to feel so versed in my dramatter sitting calls of a mean of its answers for some sinks or ever parched up the door to wood out of the citate. The sang topple will see if it trade the nations unless persons force the nations and sold beating cots. When your stand is filing in my first destiny. The Sankalpa was mourn's assistance beyond the visualizations and feelings and sexes of doing. If the fensions of our head to nature sense am only clothed in a new selves. We're stationed knowledge or we're not state where. It is no need to thusing self forest time seed for that are cheapst. It is no need to cling to the phrase to revisit it mentally, to analyze it, or to continually check whether it is working. The effort is over. The sowing is gone. It has been registered. At a level deeper than conscious thought. In the realm where real, organic change germinates slowly and unfolds according to its own wisdom. To cling to it would be to dig up the seed, to check for roots.
We now introduce a gentle but powerful breathing pattern that helps guide the nervous system into a deeper, more structured state of calm. This breath, the 4-7-8 rhythm, is not a challenge, not a test of lung capacity or control, and not something to perform perfectly. It is simply a rhythmic template to follow, a quiet, deliberate structure that gives the intelligent body a clear signal and permission to slow itself from the inside out. Its magic lies in the extended exhalation, which directly stimulates the vagus nerve, the commander of the relaxation responsive. At any point the pattern feels uncomfortable or induces any strain, you may gently release it and return to your natural breathing. The body's comfort and sense of ease always come first. This practice is an invitation, not a demand. Begin by inhaling gently and smoothly through the nose for a slow, silent count of 4. Allow the breath to enter like slow tide coming in.
Without pulling, gasping, or forcing.
Feel the cool air stream through the nasal passages down the trachea and into the lungs in a relaxed, unhurried way. You may notice a subtle expansion through the sides of the rib cage, a gentle lift in the chest, or a soft, passive swelling of the belly. Let the inhale be just deep enough to feel comfortably complete, never strained or overly full. When the inhale finishes, allow it to finish naturally, without squeezing in one more bit of air. This is a breath of reception, not conquest. Now, hold the breath in for a count of 7. It is essential to understand. This is not a rigid airlocked hold. There is no clenching of the throat, tightening of the chest, or bracing of the diaphragm. Think of this pause as a moment of profound stillness, a suspension at the apex where nothing needs to happen. The body remains utterly relaxed, the face is soft, the shoulders are loose, the lungs are simply full. And you are resting in that fullness for a few quiet seconds. This retention allows for greater oxygen and nitric oxide exchange, potentiating a calming effect on the blood vessels in the brain. It is a pause of integration. Then initiate the exhalation slowly and steadily through gently parted lips for a count of 8. Let the breath leave the body fully, smoothly and completely, as if you are gently fogging a mirror, sighing out the very last remnant of the day's tension. Feel the jaw release as the mouth opens slightly. Feel the shoulders drop another notch away from the ears. Feel the chest and abdomen empty without any pushing or effort. This long, extended, and releasing exhale is the most important part of the entire cycle. It is the direct trigger sending a clear physiological signal to the autonomic nervous system that there is no danger, no urgency,
No need to remain on alert. The body responds reliably by slowing the heart rate, dilating blood vessels, relaxing muscle tone, and quieting internal noise. It is the sound of letting go. When the exhale completes, pause briefly in the emptiness before beginning the next inhale. Notice the stillness, the quiet vacuum at the bottom of the breath. There is nothing missing here. This emptiness is a form of completeness. The body is perfectly supported even in this temporary void. This is a rhythm, fullness, peaceful suspension, slow release, and receptive emptiness. Now repeat this entire cycle 2 more times at your own natural, unhurried pace. Inhale gently through the nose for 4. Hold softly in the stillness. Hold with ease for 7. Then exhale through the mouth for 8. Slow, steady, and complete. If your mind wanders and the counting drifts or shortens, that is completely fine. Precision is not the goal. What matters is the qualitative experience of the breath, gentle and receptive on the inhale, space it in the hold and the hold and the long, slow and releasing on the exhale. Let the rhythm be a lullaby for your nervous system.
With each completed round, notice attentively how the body responds. The mind becomes less insistent, its thoughts growing quieter, softer, and more distant, as if someone is turning down the volume on a radio. The body may begin to feel heavier, warmer, or more deeply settled and molded into the surface beneath you, as if sinking through layers of self-support. This sense of warmth may spread through the limbs. These are the natural welcome signs that the parasympathetic nervous system is firmly taking the lead, that the biology of rest is now in command.
After the final, releasing exhale of the 3rd cycle, allow the breath to return entirely to its own automatic, natural rhythm. Do not guide it. Do not deepen it. Do not analyze it. Simply observe how it breathes itself now in the aftermath of the pattern. Notice how much slower, smoother, and more shallow it is likely become, all without any further effort from you. The body has absorbed the signal and has shifted conclusively into a state of energy conservation and deep rest.
We engage in a systematic practice of tension and release. A deliberate and ancient method that teaches the nervous system the felt difference between effort and surrender, between holding on and letting go. We begin with the foundation of the body, the lower half, because when the legs feel safe, heavy, and still, the rest of the system can follow without resistance. Bring your full, patient awareness to your right foot. Isolate it gently in your mind, as if it were the only thing that exists. Sense its shape, its weight, its quiet presence at the far end of the leg. Notice its current condition without judgment. Perhaps it feels warm or cool, vivid or distant, relaxed or subtly braced. There is nothing to change. Simply notice what is already here.
Now with clear and gentle intention,
begin to tense the muscles of the entire right foot. Curl the toes slightly inward toward the sole, or press the ball of the foot downward as if meeting soft earth. Use only enough effort to create a definite sensation of engagement, mild, controlled tension, never strain.
hold this tension for a few slow seconds.
Stay with the sensation. Study it carefully.
What does effort feel like in this specific place?
Is it a tightening, a pulling, a firming, a sense of compression? Observe the texture of contraction without adding story or meaning. This is the body in a moment of deliberate action.
Then, on a slow and fully releasing exhale, let go completely, release all at once.
As if dropping a small weight you didn't realize you were holding.
Notice the immediate and often vivid contrast that follows. Feel warmth spreading through the foot. Feel the muscles soften, the toes uncurl, the sole widen and melt. Sense the foot becoming heavy, passive, inert. This contrast is the lesson itself. The nervous system learns through direct experience. This is tension, this is release. Allow the foot to remain off duty now, receiving support without participation. After a few breaths, move your awareness upward to your right calf muscle. Engage it gently by drawing the toes toward the shin, just enough to feel the calf tighten and shorten. Hold this sensation briefly. Feel the density and firmness of the muscle in action. Then on a long exhale, release it fully. Sense the calf softening, lengthening, spreading outward. No longer a separate working unit, but simply part of a resting leg. Notice any lingering echoes of sensation as the contraction dissolves, like ripples fading after a stone sinks into water. Now bring attention to your right thigh.
The large and powerful muscles at the front and back of the leg. Gently tense by pressing the back of the knee downward into the surface beneath you, or by subtly tightening the thigh itself. Hold for a few seconds and feel its strength, its readiness, its capacity for movement. Then on a slow, surrendering exhale, let it all go. Imagine the fibers of the muscle loosening and slackening, thousands of tiny strands releasing their grip. Sense the entire right leg, from the hip joint all the way to the toes, becoming a single warm, dense weight.
It may feel heavy, distant,
or strangely detached from your sense of control. Allow that sensation, let the leg rest completely.
Pause here, do nothing.
Let the right leg remain in its well-earned stillness.
Now we repeat this entire sequence on the left side, with the same unhurried attention and respect.
Bring awareness to your left foot.
Notice it exactly as it is, then gently tense.
Curl the toes or press the ball of the foot. Hold for a few seconds and release completely on an exhale. Feel the left foot soften and spread, yielding to gravity. Move awareness to the left calf. Engage gently, hold briefly, and release fully. Sensing warmth and heaviness take over.
Then bring attention to the left thigh, tense softly.
Feel the effort clearly.
And let it dissolve completely on a long exhale.
After each release, linger. Allow the nervous system time to register that holding is no longer required.
Now widen your awareness to include both legs together.
Feel them resting side by side, heavy, loose, grounded, and pleasantly inert. They are no longer instruments for walking, running, supporting, or reacting. They are simply tissue, bone, blood, and sensation surrendered fully to gravity and safely held by the surface beneath you.
This deep heaviness is not numbness. It is a sign of parasympathetic dominance, the body shifting out of readiness and into restoration.
Any settled urge to move, brace, or fidget has been acknowledged and discharged through conscious release.
The lower body is now neutral, quiet, and stable.
It forms a solid, unmoving base from which deeper stillness can unfold effortlessly. From this grounded foundation,
we will now allow awareness to move upward, leaving the legs in their calm, silent rest.
Notice his current condition.
With nothing to see.
Bone, blood, and sensation.
Surrendered fully to gravity and safely held by the surface.
Beneath you. This deep heaviness is not numbness.
It is a sign of parasympathetic dominance.
The body shifting out of readiness and into restoration.
Any subtle urge to move,
brace, where fidget has been acknowledged and discharged to conscious release. The lower body is now neutral. Continuing our deliberate, compassionate wave of conscious release, we now bring our focused attention upward to the torso, arms, and shoulders. The core of our physical expression, our breath, our emotional center, and often the unconscious seat of profound emotional and postural holding. This is the region where we guard our heart, where we brace for impact, where we literally and figuratively carry burdens, and where we enact the gestures of reaching out and pulling in. We begin with the powerful, stable foundation of the torso. Bring your gentle, non-judgmental awareness first to the basin of the pelvis and the buttocks, the architectural base of your spine, and the anchor of your legs. Gently tense these muscles, drawing them slightly inward and upward, as if very lightly bracing your core or preparing to stand. Hold this subtle, intentional engagement for a few seconds. Feel the slight clinch, the gathering of latent power and stability, and then release it completely on a long, sighing, surrendering exhale. Allow the hips to spread wide, the pelvis to settle and open like a heavy flower blooming into the earth, feeling a distinct release of pressure and potential energy in the very hip joints themselves. A deep, grounded stability emerges paradoxically from this total surrender, as if you are becoming more solid by becoming more yielding. Now, move your attentive focus to the abdomen, the soft, vital center of your being, the home of your gut feelings and the engine of your digestive fire. Gently draw the abdominal muscles inward as if giving yourself a soft internal hug, creating a feeling of containment, protection, and core integrity. Hold briefly, noticing how this action creates a boundary and firmness of being gathered together. And then, on a flowing exhale, soften completely, let the belly be soft, natural, and receptive, rising and falling with the gentle wave-like tide of your breath. Notice how the breath may now move more freely into the soft and vulnerable space, massaging the internal organs, creating a gentle in organs, creating a gentle in taking. Make a gentle, soft fist. Not a tight, angry clench, but a mindful engagement. Feel the sensation spread from the fingertips, through the palm into the muscles of the forearm. Hold this fist, seeing it as a symbol of all holding, all grasping, all clinging to ideas, objects, relationships, or outcomes. And then, all that profound releasing breath. Let the fingers unfurl slowly, the palm open softly to the sky. The forearm muscles go slack. Feel the immediate warmth, the slight tingling or rush of energy as circulation flows freely into the newly released tissues. A literal and metaphorical unclenching now. Repeat this with the entire right arm. Gently tense the bicep and tricep, feeling the arm become a solid, purposeful rod of potential action. Hold, and then release, feeling the arm transform instantaneously into a heavy, worn, lifeless weight resting beside you, utterly disconnected from any need to act, to hold, or to defend. We own the other side with equal care. Repeat the entire mindful sequence to the left side, the side often associated with receptivity, left hand. Make that gentle, intentional fist hold the symbol of acquisition or readiness, and then release, letting the fingers open like a flower at dawn, passive and receiving. You are creating safety in the very center of yourself. Bring awareness now to your chest and rib cage, the protective cage surrounding your heart and lungs, the seat of breath and emotion. Take a small, soft breath in and gently tense the muscles around the chest, upper back, and between the shoulder blades, as if hugging yourself from the inside or drawing the shoulder blades together slightly. Hold this contraction. Feel the familiar slight tightness across the pectorals, between the ribs and the intricate muscles of the upper back. And then release fully on a long, sighing exhale that seems to originate from the heart space itself. Feel the breastbone, the sternum soften and relax downward as if a two is sighing. Feel the rib cage settle, each individual rib feeling separate, heavy, and release from its muscular bindings. A sense of emotional openness, vulnerability, or even a slight ache may accompany this release. Meet it with unconditional kindness and breath. The heart space feels less armored, more available, softer. You're not forcing it open. You are simply, respectfully, removing the chronic tension that was holding it in a guarded position. Now, return to the release of the limbs of action. The arms and hands are primary instruments of interaction with the world, of grasp and release, of push and pull. Bring your focused attention to your right hand, your dominant instrument of giving and taking. Make a gentle, soft fist, not a tight, angry clench, but a mindful engagement. Feel the sensation spread from the fingertips to the palm, into the muscles of the forearm. Hold this fist, seeing it as a symbol of all holding, all grasping, all clinging to ideas, objects, relationships, or outcomes. And then, on a profound, releasing breath, we now arrive with great care at the command center, the head and neck. This is the final, crucial stage of our systematic physical release. If the body is a kingdom, we have peacefully settled the provinces and the core. Now we soothe the capital, the seat of consciousness, identity, and sensory command. This region holds the accumulated tension of perception, thought, and expression. Begin by bringing a feather-light, curious awareness to the delicate, vital juncture between the head and body, the neck. Notice any sensation there without labeling it. Perhaps a stiffness, a pulse, a hollow feeling, a line of heat, or perhaps a surprising neutrality. Then, very slowly and gently, lift those shoulders towards your ears in a small, delicate, almost apologetic shrug, as if expressing a moment of mild uncertainty or resigned acceptance. Hold them there for a sustained moment, breathing into the sensation. Feel the compression, the shortening of the sides of the neck, the bunching and hardening of the trapezius muscles. Acknowledge silently how much of modern life is lived in this slightly raised, supplely braced position. Then, on a long, sighing, surrendering exhale, let them drop completely. Not just release, but drop, as if the strings of a marionette holding them up have been decisively, mercifully severed. Feel the immediate, glorious lengthening of the neck, the space that opens like a wide valley between the ears and shoulders. A palpable wave of relief often follows, as if a physical weight you had forgotten you were carrying has been lifted off the top of your spine. Now, bring your focused, compassionate attention to your jaw, the great gateway of speech, digestion, and emotional expression, a primary vault for stress, unspoken words, and swallowed feelings without clenching harshly. Gently bring your teeth together and let the jaw muscles engage firmly. Feel the familiar, perhaps daily sensation of holding, of readiness to speak, to chew, to argue, or to endure. Hold it. Study the specific tension in the master muscles at the sides of your face, the tightness in the temples, and then on a deep, releasing exhale, let the jaw go completely, utterly slack. Allow the lower jaw to hang heavy, unhinged, as if detached. Allow the teeth to part, the lips to be softly together or slightly open. Feel the sheer, undeniable weight of the jawbone itself. Imagine the temporomandibular joints where the jaw meets the skull, releasing like over-tightened screws, being gently, expertly loosened by a skilled and loving hand. A wave of deep calm often spreads from here, softening the entire face. Move now to the rest of the face, the living canvas of your emotions and your primary interface with the world. Gently scrunch all the facial muscles together into a tight mask of total effort and expression. Squeeze your eyes shut, wrinkle your nose, purse your lips, frown the forehead, clench the cheeks, make a grotesque or comical mask of total contraction, of maximum expression. Hold it. Study the intense, confined, almost pressurized feeling of being locked in a fixed identity or emotion. And then, on a releasing breath that seems to wash over your face like a warm, soothing wave, let it all go at once. Smooth up the forehead as if it is being ironed by an invisible hand of peace. Let the eyelids become passive, heavy velvet curtains with no need or desire to open. Let the cheeks soften and spread, losing all definition, becoming mere soft tissue. Let the nose relax completely, the nostrils softening. Feel the skin of your face smoothing out, as if warmed and smoothed by a comforting maternal touch. The face is no longer expressing, it is no longer a social instrument, a mask for the world. It is simply being anonymous, at peace and unobserved. Attend now with great subtlety to the tongue, which is often pressed unconsciously against the roof of the mouth in a state of subtle vigilance. Mental effort or restrained speech, deliberately detach it, let it rest loosely, heavily and completely on the floor of the mouth. Feel its weight, its stillness, its neutrality. It has no words to form, no taste to analyze. It is at rest. Extend this softening inward. Even the eyes, behind the closed lids,
can soften their internal gaze. Imagine the eyeballs themselves relaxing backward and downward in their liquid sockets, seizing their subtle, constant, microscopic scanning movements for light and movement. They are retiring from their lifelong work of perception, resting in benevolent darkness, finally bringing curious, almost whimsical awareness to the very scalp. Imagine it softening, releasing its slight, perpetual grip on the skull as if it is gently expanding, breathing, letting each hair follicle relax. Feel a lightness, a tingling, or a sense of spaciousness at the crown of the head, as if a knot that was untied. The entire physical being, from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, is fully relaxed. The 10 now, with great subtlety to the tongue, which is often pressed unconsciously against the roof of the mouth in a state of subtle vigilance. Mental effort or restrained speech deliberately detach it. Let it rest loosely, heavily, and completely on the floor of her mouth. Feel its weight, its stillness, its neutrality, that have no words to form, no taste to analyze. It is at rest. Extend the softening inward, even the eyes, behind the closed lids. Can soften her internal gaze. Imagine the eyeballs themselves relaxing backward and downward in their liquid sockets, ceasing their subtle, constant, microscopic scanning movements for light and movement. They're retiring from their lifelong work of perception, resting in benevolent darkness. Finally bring a curious, almost whimsical awareness to the very scalp. Imagine it softening, releasing its slight, perpetual grip on the skull, as if it is gently expanding, breathing, letting each hair follicle relax. Feel a lightness, a tingling, or a sense of spaciousness at the crown of the head, as if a knot there is untied. We now begin the heart of the Yoga Nidra practice, the systematic rotation of consciousness through the body. This is not a physical movement, but a journey of pure, detached awareness. We will move with slowness, precision, and infinite patience, visiting each part as if for the very first time, bestowing upon each cell a moment of recognition that sheds the weight of identity and history. Our journey begins at the very foundation of your physical being, the point of your contact with the earth. The feet bring the bright, gentle, and non-invasive light of your awareness to the big toe of your right foot. Isolated in the vast space of your mind, do not wiggle it or move it. Simply become aware of its existence as a distinct, separate entity. Notice any and all sensations present there, or the lack thereof. You may feel a pulse, a subtle throbbing of life, the rhythm of your heart echoing in this distant outpost. You may feel warmth or a cool neutrality. You may feel the light pressure of a sock, the brush of a blanket, or the still air around it. You may feel a faint, electric tingling, a buzz of dormant energy, or you may feel nothing at all, a blank, quiet, peaceful absence of sensation. All of these experiences are perfect. The only instruction is to notice without judgment, without preference, without the need to change a single thing. Hold your awareness on the right big toe for several full breath cycles, allowing any hidden, microscopic tension there to be revealed and then dissolved by the sheer, accepting power of your attention. Now, with deliberate care, move the spotlight of awareness to the second toe of the right foot. Same instruction, notice, observe it as its own distinct universe of sensation. Then journey to the third toe, the fourth toe, the little toe,
Attend to each individually, bestowing upon each a moment of complete impartial recognition. See them not just as anonymous parts of a foot, but as unique territories of aliveness, each with its own story of pressure and release. Now, expand your awareness to include all 5 toes of the right foot simultaneously. Feel them as a collective, a front line, a sensory away. Sense the spaces between them, the web of skin, the quiet emptiness. Feel the entire constellation of the toes resting, utterly inert and heavy, like pebbles on a shore. Let awareness now drift slowly, like honey, to the ball of the right foot. The padded, weight-bearing mouth just behind the toes. Feel its contour against the surface below, the pressure distributed across its skin. Move your attention to the arch of the right foot. Notice its hollow, suspended curve with the sensation of it resting fully against the floor. Bring a focused attention to the heel of the right foot, the point that bears so much weight in a waking life, the cornerstone. Feel it solid, unyielding, only contact with the ground, the point of absolute grounding and surrender. Now let your awareness expand like a soft liquid to encompass the entire top of the right foot, the skin, a network of veins, the metatarsal bones lying just beneath the surface. Feel the entire sole of the right foot as a single sensory sheet, from the heel to the arch to the ball. And finally, synthesize all these parts. Sense the right foot as a single complete unified whole. Toes, top, sole, heel, ankle. Feel it as a dense, warm, heavy bass, completely passive, utterly surrendered, disconnected from any command to move. It is no longer a tool for walking, balancing, or pushing. It is simply a presence, a fact of your form. Release your attention from it, leaving it bathed in awareness and in a state of profound, oblivious rest. Now, we travel to the other foundation. Shift the beam of your awareness, crossing the silent midline of your body to the big toe of your left foot. Begin the same meticulous, respectful, timeless journey and bring the same quality of non-judgmental attention to the left big toe. Hold. Then move to the second toe. The third. The fourth. The little toe. Sense each one individually with the same reverence. Then, feel all 5 toes of the left foot together as a community at rest. Move awareness to the ball of the left foot, the arch, the heel. Feel the top of the left foot, the sole. And then in a moment of synthesis, sense the entire left foot as one complete, heavy, relaxed unit. Now, in a broad sweep of awareness, notice if there is any qualitative difference in sensation between the right foot and the left foot. Is one longer, heavier, more tingling, more asleep? There is no right or wrong answer. There is only the truthful, momentary landscape of sensation. Observe any differences, idle curiosity, and gently let the comparison go. Both feet now are equal in their stillness. Twin acres sinking into the earth, symmetrical and bare surrender. They are the roots of your physical tree, and they are at peace. Your awareness, having completed, is now perfected. With the lower body already released through conscious tension and surrender, we now move into a slower, more receptive exploration of sensation. There is nothing to do here and nothing to change. This is not an exercise in relaxation. but an invitation to notice what is already present. When effort has been set aside, awareness moves gently, like a warm current, illuminating without disturbing. We begin again at the feet, but this time without engaging the muscles, only observing.
Bring your attention.
Bring your attention to the right foot, not the idea of the foot, but the felt experience of it. Notice how it rests now compared to earlier.
Perhaps it feels heavier.
Less defined or more distant. Perhaps there is warmth, a faint pulsing, or a sense of softness spreading through the soul, or perhaps there is very little sensation at all.
Whatever you notice is correct.
Allow your awareness to rest here for several slow breaths, as if you are listening quietly rather than inspecting. Let attention drift slowly upward to the right ankle. Sense the joint, the bones meeting, the stillness within it. Notice how the ankle no longer feels like a point of movement, but simply a place of connection. Continue into the right calf. Feel the muscle at rest, no longer shortened or engaged. You may sense heaviness, warmth, or a gentle neutrality. Allow the calf to be exactly as it is, without commentary.
Move awareness to the front of the right shin, then behind the knee. These are areas often overlooked. Simply include them in awareness. Let the light of attention pass through without stopping or lingering, unless it naturally wants to continue upward into the right thigh.
Sense the front, the back, the inner and outer surfaces. Notice the density of the muscle, the deeper presence of bone beneath. The thigh may feel like a solid, grounded mass, heavy and inert. Let it be so.
Now pause briefly and sense the entire right leg as one continuous structure.
From the hip joint down to the toes, feel it resting, supported, unmoving. The leg does not need to respond. It does not need to participate. It is complete in its stillness.
When you are ready,
Gently shift awareness across the body to the left foot.
notice the left foot in the same way. Without comparison, sense how it rests.
Perhaps it feels similar to the right, or perhaps entirely different. Allow whatever is present to be present. Spend time here. The nervous system deepens its rest when attention is unhurried.
Let awareness move up through the left ankle, into the left calf. Sense the muscle resting fully, no longer carrying tension or readiness. Notice any subtle sensations, temperature, pressure, softness, or the absence of sensation altogether.
Move gently to the left shin and the space behind the knee, including these areas without effort.
Continue upward into the left thigh. Feel its weight, its breadth, its contact with the surface beneath you.
The thigh may feel heavy and grounded, or distant and diffuse. Allow the experience without adjustment. Sense the left leg now as a whole, from hip to toes, resting quietly alongside the right.
Now widen your awareness to include both legs together. Feel their combined weight.
Notice how they anchor the body downward, creating a sense of stability and containment. The legs are no longer associated with movement or direction. They're simply present, supporting stillness. Rest here for several breaths. If thoughts arise, let them pass without engagement. Returning gently to the felt sense of the legs resting, awareness remains soft and inclusive. The body continues to descend into deeper rest of its own. From this grounded base, we will soon allow awareness to travel upward into the center of the body,
carrying the same quality of ease and neutrality with it.
with the legs now fully at rest, heavy and dissolved into the earth. Your awareness naturally and gracefully begins to rise into the central foundation of the physical form. The pelvic basin and lower torso. This region is far more than an anatomical junction. It serves as both your physical anchor against gravity and a profound energetic center, the literal seat of your vitality and the repository of instinctual energy. We are not here to manipulate, adjust, or forcefully release anything. Our approach remains one of passive, reverent observation. We simply include this entire area in the warm, accepting light of our awareness, allowing it to reveal its current state, its sensations, its history of holding, its quiet hum of life, without any pressure, expectation, or goal. Bring your soft, spacious attention now to the entire pelvis. Sense the broad, bony bowl formed by the two hip bones, the ilia creating the wings of your hips. Feel the buttocks resting upon this bowl's base and sense the sacred pivotal point where the base of the spine, the sacrum, nestles deeply between them. Notice how this entire architectural marvel meets the supportive surface beneath you. Feel the sheer, dense weight of the pelvic bones, substantial, foundational, like the keystone of an arch. Gravity gathers and is fully received here. There may be distinct sensations of profound heaviness, a radiating warmth, a deep pressure, or simply a quiet, cavernous stillness. There may also be subtle, wordless emotional tones present, a sense of stability, of rootedness, or perhaps a latent anxiety or guardedness, as this area, the first chakra center, is renowned for storing unconscious holdings related to survival, safety, and belonging. Whatever arises, whether a clear physical sensation or a more intuitive, emotional whisper, is allowed, it is given permission to simply exist within the field of your notice. Nothing needs to be resolved, fixed, or released through effort. Awareness itself is the gentle solvent. Now, let your awareness drift more specifically into the buttocks. The gluteal muscles, these are among the most powerful muscles in the human body, working continuously, unconsciously throughout the waking day to stabilize your posture in sitting and standing, to propel you in walking and running. Notice how they feel now in absolute repose. Perhaps they are spreading and flattening, slightly melting outward, yielding their entire mass to the surface beneath you. Perhaps they feel distant, neutral, or simply like two heavy sacks of sand. Observe any lingering, minimal tone, then with an inward smile, allow them to rest completely, seeing with your inner knowing that nothing is being asked of them, not stability, not movement, not support. The intelligent body recognizes the ceasefire and responds with a deeper layer of metabolic shutdown in these tissues. They are off duty. Bring a pinpoint of attention now to the tailbone, the coccyx, the very final vestigial base of the spine. Sense its precise position and orientation. Notice the quiet, firm solidity of this tiny apex, this rudder, how it serves as the physical connection point linking the flexible spine above to the stable pelvis below. And the pelvis to the ground in your mind's eye. Visualize it, then release the visualization. Simply allow the tailbone to settle downward naturally, as if a single drop of water is pulling it toward the earth's core without any forcing, tucking, or adjustment. Let it find its own true, neutral position of surrender. Gently move awareness forward from the spine into the lower abdomen, the space below the navel, often called the harrow, the dantian. This is your center of gravity and life force. Notice the gentle, wave-like movement created here by the breath. A soft swell on the inhale, a gentle recession on the exhale. Now, consciously invite the entire muscular wall of the lower belly to soften completely, to release any and all habitual guarding, bracing, or tension you may have carried here for years. There is no need to hold the abdomen in for appearance, to protect what lies within, or to maintain a facade of control. The vital organs, the intestines, the reproductive organs rest safely cradled in their cavity with each long, surrendering exhale. Feel the lower belly become heavier, softer, more receptive, more sunk into the body's core. It becomes a still pond. Now, direct your attention to the counterpart in the back, the lumbar region, the lower back. Notice its natural odontic curve. Observe the specific quality of contact it makes with the surface beneath you. Does the entire curve rest upon it, or is there a gentle, arched space between the lower back and the floor? There is no ideal, and do not attempt to change its shape, to press it down, or to arch it further. Simply observe the truth of its position in this moment of rest. Then, with intention, allow the intricate deep muscles surrounding the lumbar vertebrae to relax. If in fact it's like their synonyms and proxentiers, they are instilling such the cancel asset. They with known hair which she hold, the music hobby arc, and you can never. You Mario tries for the name of the surface, decide the closest to feels and the shames, the cries to say. There were found germs, philbies, and confictious them grain in position, not all. To care amounts and changed and breast. The vital organs, the intestines, the reproductive organs rest safely cradled in their cavity with each long, surrendering exhale. Feel the lower belly become heavier, softer, allow awareness to rise gently from the lower torso into the upper body. There is no effort in this movement. Attention simply drifts upward like a soft light traveling through a quiet room. We are not trying to create relaxation. We are noticing what the body already feels like when it is permitted to rest. If the mind tries to hurry ahead, let it. If it tries to comment, let it. Then return to sensation again and again with calm patience.
Bring your awareness first to the lower ribs.
Sense their shape and position, the gentle curve of bone protecting the organs beneath. Notice how the ribs respond to the breath without your help. On the inhale, they may widen slightly, like a subtle opening. On the exhale, they may soften inward like a gentle settling. You do not need to deepen the breath, simply observe the natural movement that already exists. Feel the breath as a quiet wave that touches the ribs and recedes. Now move awareness to the sides of the rib cage. Notice the sensation of space between the ribs, the soft tissues, the subtle pressure against clothing or air. Feel how the body expands, not only forward but sideways as well. Even if only faintly, allow this region to be exactly as it is. If you notice tightness, do not fight it, simply include it often. Inclusion is enough for the nervous system to soften its grip. Bring attention to the solar plexus area, the center just below the sternum. This region often holds a quiet bracing, a subtle readiness as if preparing for demand. Notice what is present here. Perhaps there is tightness, warmth, heaviness, fluttering, or calm neutrality. Whatever you sense is welcome. On each exhale, invite this area to soften by a fraction, as if the body is signed internally, not a dramatic release, just a small permission. Let the breath do the work. Now allow awareness to move into the upper abdomen and the diaphragm. Sense the place where breath becomes movement, where air changes the shape of the body. Notice the diaphragm, steady word. Constant and silent, it has been breathing for you all day and all night. You do not need to assist it, simply observe this quiet engine of life. Shift awareness now to the sternum, the center of the chest. Feel its presence, the firmness of bone, the place where the ribs meet. Notice the rise and fall here with each breath. The chest may feel open or guarded, or neither. Allow it to be as it is. This is not a performance of openness. This is a practice of truth. Now bring attention to the heart space. If you can sense the heartbeat, notice it gently without trying to follow it precisely. Perhaps you feel a slow rhythm, perhaps a faint pulsing, perhaps only a general warmth or presence in the center of the chest. If emotion arises, allow it to arise without story. Do not analyze, do not suppress, simply notice sensation, warmth, rhythm, presence. The heart does not require interpretation to be supported. It requires only safety and stillness. Let the front of the chest soften, feel the skin and muscles relaxing, the ribs resting, the collarbones widening. Imagine the breath moving through the chest like a soft breeze through an open space. The beach exhale, feel the chest become slightly heavier, slightly more settled. If you notice a protective tightness, do not force it away. Instead, meet it with kindness, as if you are reassuring a part of yourself that has been working hard. Quietly communicate. You can rest now.
Now move awareness to the upper back.
Feel the broad plane of the back resting against the surface beneath you. Notice the area between the shoulder blades, a place that often carries unconscious effort. Sense the muscles here. Are they tense, warm, dull, or neutral? Allow the shoulder blades to melt downward and outward, spreading gently. You may imagine the back widening like cloth relaxing on a table. The back does not need to hold you upright. The ground holds you. Bring attention to the spine behind the heart. Sense the line of the spine, the supportive column within the back. Feel its steadiness. Notice any places where the muscles along the spine are gripping on an exhale. Allow them to soften a little, as if loosening a belt by one notch. No need for dramatic change, just gradual permission. Now shift awareness to the shoulders. Feel both shoulders resting. Notice if one shoulder feels higher or tighter than the other. Do not correct it, simply observe. Allow gravity to do what it does best. Let the shoulders sink heavy and safe, releasing the last habit of readiness. The shoulders can stop carrying the day. Now include the collarbones and upper chest. Sense the openness. Across the top of the body, feel the throat area. Soft, quiet, unconcerned. Allow the breath to pass through easily. You do not need to swallow, speak, or brace. The throat is at rest. Widen your awareness now to include the entire upper torso as one field. The ribs, the diaphragm, the chest, the heart space. The heart space. From the quiet stability of the torso, awareness now begins to flow outward into the arms. This movement is not something you initiate. It happens naturally, like warmth spreading from a central source. The arms, so often engaged in doing, reaching, holding, and responding, are now invited into the same state of rest and neutrality as the rest of the body. There is nothing for them to accomplish here. Their only task is to be felt. Bring your attention first to the right shoulder, sense its position in space. Notice how it rests now compared to earlier, perhaps lower, softer, less burdened. Many people carry an unconscious weight here. A sense of responsibility or readiness. Simply observe what is present without trying to change it. Allow gravity to do its quiet work. Feel the shoulder begin to sink downward, releasing any remaining effort to hold itself up. Now let awareness travel slowly down the right upper arm. Sense its shape, its volume, its weight. Feel how the arm rests against the surface beneath you or alongside the body. Notice the sensation of contact or the absence of sensation. There is no need to move or adjust. The arm is allowed to be completely passive. Bring attention to the right elbow. This joint, so often involved in movement and positioning, now rests in stillness. Sense the elbow from the inside. The meeting of bones, the quiet space within the joint. Allow it to soften, even if you are not sure how awareness itself invites release. Continue down into the right forearm. Notice the length of it, the subtle textures of sensation along the muscles and bones. Feel how the forearm lies heavy and supported. Let it be exactly as it is. There is no optimal sensation to reach. Now bring attention to the right wrist. Sense its position and stillness. This delicate joint no longer needs to articulate or respond. It can rest fully. Move awareness into the right hand. Feel the palm, the back of the hand, the curve of the fingers. Notice the temperature of the skin, the faint pulse of blood, or perhaps the deep neutrality now. One by one, bring gentle awareness to each finger. The thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the little finger. You are not naming them to control them, only to include them. Each finger is allowed to be heavy, loose, be completely inactive. Now sense the entire right arm as a single, continuous structure from shoulder to fingertips. Notice how it feels as a whole, perhaps warm, heavy, distant, or spacious. The arm no longer belongs to intention. It rests. When you are ready, gently shift awareness across the body to the left shoulder. Sense it resting. Notice any differences between the left and right sides without comparison or judgment. Allow the left shoulder to sink and soften, releasing its own patterns of holding. Let awareness move slowly down the left upper arm. Feel its weight, its contact, its presence continue into the left elbow, sensing the joint at rest. And into the forearm, the wrist, and finally the hand. Bring awareness to the palm, the back of the hand, and the fingers again. Notice each finger in turn, allowing them to be completely passive. Now sense the entire left arm as one resting unit, heavy and still. Widen awareness to include both arms together. Feel their combined weight, symmetrical or asymmetrical, exactly as they are. Notice how they no longer feel like tools or extensions of will. They are simply part of the body, resting within the field of awareness. If thoughts arise, Gently return attention to the sensation of the arms resting. Feel the support beneath them. Feel the absence of effort. The arms do not need to reach, hold, protect, or respond. They are safe to be still. Remain here for several slow breaths, letting awareness deepen and stabilize. From this place of quiet neutrality, the body continues to settle, layer by layer, into deeper rest. We now allow awareness to move into the head and face, regions that often hold the most subtle and persistent forms of tension. Much of this tension operates beneath conscious awareness, expressed as habitual effort, vigilance, or readiness. Here we do not attempt to fix or correct anything. We simply notice awareness itself is sufficient. Bring your attention first to the neck. Sense the back of the neck where it meets the surface beneath you, the sides of the neck, and the front of the throat. Notice how the neck supports the head without strain. Many small muscles work continuously here to orient you in space. Allow them to rest. Feel the neck lengthen naturally, not by stretching, but by releasing the effort to hold. Gravity supports the head completely. Now move awareness to the jaw. Notice whether the teeth are touching or separated. There is no need to change anything yet. Simply observe. If you sense clenching or pressure, acknowledge it. Then on a gentle exhale, allow the jaw to loosen slightly. Let the lower jaw hang just enough that the muscles can soften. Feel the weight of the jaw releasing downward. The tongue rests heavily in the floor of the mouth, no longer pressing against the teeth or palate. Bring attention to the lips. Sense their texture, their temperature, their stillness. Allow the lips to part or remain closed, whichever feels natural. Move awareness into the cheeks. Notice any subtle holding or effort here. Allow the cheeks to soften and widen, as if the face is gently melting. Now bring awareness to the nose and the sinuses. Sense the bridge of the nose, the nostrils, the space behind them. Notice the breath passing through this area. Cool on the inhale, warm on the exhale. There is no need to follow the breath closely. Just let it pass. Shift awareness to the eyes. Sense the eyeballs resting quietly in their sockets. Allow them to feel heavy, supported, and still. The muscles around the eyes release their constant micro-adjustments. Let the eyelids become smooth and relaxed, as if they are gently draping over the eyes. There is no need to see or focus. Vision rests. Bring attention to the eyebrows and the space between them. Notice if there is any furrowing or lifting. Allow this area to smooth naturally, like fabric being gently pressed flat. The forehead broadens and softens. Any habitual expression dissolves. And sense the temples on both sides of the head. These areas often carry subtle tension from concentration or emotional processing. Allow the temples to feel spacious and quiet. Let any pulsing or pressure soften. Move awareness into the scalp. Sense the skin covering the skull, the subtle contact of hair against the surface beneath you. Imagine the scalp loosening, releasing its grip, allowing the entire head to feel lighter and more at ease. Even the smallest muscles let go. Finally, bring awareness to the crown of the head, the very topmost point of the body. Sense it as a quiet, still center. There is nothing above it to reach toward. It can rest. Now widen awareness to include the entire head and face at once. The neck, jaw, mouth, eyes, forehead, scalp, and crown. Sense this whole region resting as a unified structure. The mind no longer needs to express itself through tension in the body. Thought may still arise, but it does not need to grip the face or hold the head. Rest here for several slow breaths. Notice the quality of stillness that emerges when the face and head are allowed to be neutral. This is not numbness. It is ease. Awareness remains present, calm and spacious. From this place, the body is prepared to rest as a whole, without effort or strain. Ready, no, I've been egg.
It's where the true mention to mind buoyance be mining, since this whole region resting is a unified structure. The mind no longer needs to express itself through attention and the body. Thought may still arise, but it does not need to grip the face or hold the head. Rest here for several slow breaths. Notice the quality of stillness that emerges when the face and head are allowed to be neutral. This is not numbness. At its ease, awareness remains present, calm, and spacious.
Having gently disengaged the logical, linear mind through cognitive shuffling, we now prepare the imagination not as a tool for fantasy, but as a portal to a deeper sensory-based awareness that exists beneath verbal thought. We will transition from random, neutral objects into a cohesive, peaceful, and immersive inner landscape. This is not about creating a detailed picture with effort. It is about allowing the mind's innate capacity for imagery to unfold naturally, effortlessly, in a state of receptive relaxation. We begin by inviting a simple scene to form, without forcing it. See if you can bring to mind the image of a quiet, sun-drenched meadow at the edge of a forest. It is not necessary to see it clearly or in vivid color. A sense, an impression, a knowing that you are there is more than enough.
Now within this inner meadow, notice the quality of the light.
It is soft and golden, perhaps the gentle light of late afternoon,
Illuminating everything with a warm,
forgiving glow.
feel this light on the skin of your imagined self.
It is warm, but not hot. A comforting, enveloping radiance under your feet. You become aware of the ground. You are not wearing shoes. Feel the texture beneath your bare soles.
It is not a manicured lawn,
But a natural meadow. Perhaps soft, dry grass or springy moss or a mixture of earth and wild clover.
it yields slightly each step.
A supportive and giving surface.
Notice the sensation of connection, of being grounded in this peaceful place.
Bring your inner attention to the air around you. Inhale, and as you do, notice the scent carried on the breeze. It is the clean, complete aroma of sun-warmed grass, of wild flowers, of distant pine from the forest edge. It is the smell of purity, of open space, of quiet growth. With each breath, draw this scent deep into your being as if it can cleanse your inner atmosphere. Now, engage your sense of hearing in this inner world. Listen, hear the gentle, rhythmic sound of tall grass swaying in a slow breeze. A soft, shushing whisper. Hear the distant, melodic call of a single bird echoing across the open space. There is no other sound, no machines, no voices. Only the natural symphony of peace. These sounds are not distractions. They are anchors that pull you deeper into the reality of this sanctuary. As you stand in this meadow, feel its spaciousness. The sky above is a vast, clear blue, with a few slow-moving, cotton-like clouds. The space around you feels open, safe, and free. There is no one here but you, no expectations, no interactions. You are in a world of your own sensing. From where you stand, a faint, inviting path emerges, leading from the meadow toward the shade of the forest edge. It is not a road, but a gentle trail worn by animals, or the occasional wanderer. It beckons, not with urgency, but with quiet invitation. You feel a pull to follow it, not to reach a destination, but simply to enjoy the act of moving through this peaceful realm. Take a few slow, mindful steps along this path in your mind's eye. Feel the change in texture underfoot as you move from open meadow to the dappled light at the forest border. The air grows slightly cooler, more scented with damp earth and bark. The light changes, becoming fragmented and playful as it filters through a high canopy. You are transitioning, both in your visualization and in your consciousness, from open awareness to a more contained, sheltered, and intimate space of the imagination. This is the preparatory ground for the deeper sanctuary visualization to come. We are not narrating a story. We are simply setting the stage for the senses to come alive in a state of restful engagement. If the mind wanders to thoughts of the day, gently guide it back to a single sensory detail. The feel of the path, the scent of the air, the quality of the light. Rest in this liminal inner landscape, where the body is asleep in the room, and the aware self is peacefully awake. In the meadow, poised at the threshold of the forest, we will dwell here, in this preparatory peace, allowing the sense of safety and immersion to deepen organically with each breath. With the body now deeply settled and the breath moving quietly on its own, we gently change how the mind is engaged up to this point. Awareness has been anchored primarily in sensation. Now we offer the thinking mind a task that is intentionally simple, neutral, and non-demanding. This is not meant to stimulate imagination or creativity. It is designed to occupy the mind just enough that it releases its habitual patterns of problem-solving, planning, and narrative construction. This method is sometimes referred to as cognitive shuffling. It works not by silencing the mind, but by removing the conditions that keep it active. There is nothing you need to do well here. There is nothing to remember, nothing to finish, and nothing to achieve. Images do not need to be clear. They do not need to be complete. They may appear faintly, briefly, or not at all. All of these responses are correct. The mind is allowed to wander, lose interest, forget what came before, or pause entirely. In fact, these are signs that the process is working. I will name simple, ordinary objects. When you hear each one, allow an image, impression, or sense of it to arise in the mind. Do not hold it. Do not examine it. Do not connect it to anything else. Let it appear. Then let it dissolve on its own, like a shape forming briefly in mist and then fading. There is no sequence to follow and no meaning to extract. A red paper clip. Pause. A ceramic mug resting on a table. Pause. A smooth stone lying on the ground. Pause. Allow each image to exist only for a moment. If your mind supplies details, let them pass. If it supplies nothing, let that be enough. Rest in the pause between images. A folded towel. Pause.
A silver key.
Pause.
A green leaf.
If the mind drifts into thought, into memory, planning, or commentary, do not correct it sharply. Simply notice that attention has wandered, and then gently return when the next image arrives. There is no need to go back or replay anything. Each moment stands alone.
A wooden spoon. A glass bottle. A soft pillow.
Notice how the mind responds to this lack of narrative. There is nothing to follow, nothing to solve. The mind may begin to lose momentum. Images may slow, fragment, or stop forming altogether. This is not a problem. This is the mind releasing its grip. A yellow pencil, a blue balloon, a closed book. You may begin to notice a sense of drifting, as though awareness is becoming less pointed and more diffused. The edges of sensation soften, the body feels heavier or more distant. The breath becomes quieter. These are natural signs that vigilance is diminishing.
A metal spoon. A cardboard box. A single feather.
If at any point you cannot form an image, simply rest in the space where the image would have been. This empty space is just as effective. Do not rush to fill it, allow the pause to stretch. A small candle, pause. A pair of shoes, pause. A blank piece of paper. There is no expectation that these objects be remembered. Forgetting is part of the process. If you find yourself unsure of what the last image was, that is a sign you are moving deeper. The mind no longer needs to track continuity. A wooden chair, pause. A teacup, pause. A quiet window. You may notice moments where there is only awareness itself. No image, no thought, just a sense of being present without content. Allow these moments, do not interrupt them by searching for the next object. If another image arises on its own, let it come. If not, remain in the stillness. A state where the mind is gently disorganized, unfocused and uninterested. Is the threshold we are allowing ourselves to enter. You are not falling asleep, but you are no longer directing attention. Awareness floats rather than grips. The body continues its own processes without supervision. Remain here, allowing images to arise and dissolve, or allowing space to remain empty. There is nothing you need to monitor, nothing needs to progress. The mind is free to lose its structure. As this continues, you may feel as though you are hovering, sinking, or drifting without direction. Trust this. The nervous system recognizes that there is no demand being placed upon it. This is where deep restoration begins. Stay with this gentle, random, unstructured flow. Or stay with the absence of flow. Both are equally valid. The mind no longer needs to work. Awareness remains quiet and open as the body rests deeply within itself. With the body now deeply settled and the breath moving quietly on its own, we gently change how the mind is engaged. Up to this point, awareness has been anchored primarily in sensation. Now we offer the thinking mind a task that is intentionally simple, neutral, and non-demanding. This is not meant to stimulate imagination or creativity. It is designed to occupy the mind just enough that it releases its habitual patterns of problem-solving, planning, and narrative construction. This method is sometimes referred to as cognitive shuffling. It works not by silencing the mind, but by removing the conditions that keep it active. There is nothing you need to do well here. There is nothing to remember, nothing to finish, and nothing to achieve. Images do not need to be clear. They do not need to be complete. They may appear faintly, briefly, or not at all. All of these responses are correct. The mind is allowed to wander, lose interest, forget what came before, or pause entirely. In fact, these are signs that the process is working. I will name simple, ordinary objects. When you hear each one, allow an image, impression, or sense of it to arise in the mind. Do not hold it. Do not examine it. Do not connect it to anything else. Let it appear, then let it dissolve on its own, like a shape forming briefly in mist and then fading. There is no sequence to follow and no meaning to extract. A red paper clip, pause. A ceramic mug resting on a table, pause. A smooth stone lying on the ground, pause. Allow each image to exist only for a moment. If your mind supplies details, let them pass. If it supplies nothing, let that be enough. Rest in the pause between images. A folded towel, pause. A silver key, pause. A green leaf, pause. If the mind drifts into thought, into memory, planning, or commentary, do not correct it sharply. Simply notice that attention is wandered, and then gently return when the next image arrives. There is no need to go back or replay anything. Each moment stands alone. wooden spoon, pause. A glass bottle, pause. A soft pillow, pause. Notice how the mind responds to this lack of narrative. There is nothing to follow, nothing to solve. The mind may begin to lose momentum. Images may slow, fragment, or stop forming altogether. This is not a problem, this is the mind releasing its grip. A yellow pencil, pause. A blue balloon, pause. A closed book, pause. You may begin to notice a sense of drifting, as though awareness is becoming less pointed and more diffused. The edges of sensation soften, the body feels heavier or more distant, the breath becomes quieter. These are natural signs that vigilance is diminishing. Pause. A metal spoon, pause. A cardboard box, pause. A single feather. If at any point you cannot form an image, simply rest in the space where the image would have been. This empty space is just as effective. Do not rush to fill it. Allow the pause to stretch. A small candle, pause. A pair of shoes, pause. A blank piece of paper, pause. There is no expectation that these objects be remembered. Forgetting is part of the process. If you find yourself unsure of what the last image was, that is a sign you are moving deeper. The mind no longer needs to track. Continue and pause. A wooden chair, pause. A teacup, pause. A quiet window. You may notice moments where there is only awareness itself, no image, no thought, just a sense of being present without content. Allow these moments. Do not interrupt them by searching for the next object. Pause. If another image arises on its own, let it come. If not, remain in the stillness. Pause. This state, where the mind is gently disorganized, unfocused, and uninterested, is the threshold we are allowing ourselves to enter. You are not falling asleep, but you are no longer directing intention. Awareness floats rather than grips. The body continues its own processes without supervision. Remain here, allowing images to arise and dissolve, or allowing space to remain empty. There is nothing you need to monitor. Pause. Nothing needs to progress. Pause. The mind is free to lose its structure. As this continues, you may feel as though you are hovering, sinking, or drifting without direction. Trust this. The nervous system recognizes that there is no demand being placed upon it. This is where deep restoration begins. Stay with this gentle, random, unstructured flow, or stay with the absence of flow. Both are equally valid. The mind no longer needs to work. Awareness remains quiet and open. As the body rests deeply within itself, a wooden chair. Pause. 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 A wooden chair. Pause. A teacup. Pause. A quiet window. Pause. You may notice a moment where there is only awareness itself. No image, no thought, just a sense of being present without content. Allow these moments. Do not interrupt them by searching for the next object. If another image arises on its own, let it come. If not, remain in the stillness. The state. We now approach the deepest phase of this practice, the conscious, deliberate entry into the delta wave state. A realm of restoration that mirrors and often surpasses the deepest dreamless sleep. My voice will now undergo a transformation. It will become quieter, more measured, more sparse, and will begin to blend with, and then be gently supported by a soft, consistent, all-encompassing sonic backdrop. This sound is known as pink noise. Imagine the sound of steady, gentle rainfall on a vast forest canopy. A million tiny taps creating a unified and often surpasses the deepest dreamless sleep. My voice will now undergo a transformation. It will become quieter, more measured, more sparse, and will begin to blend with, and then be gently supported by a soft, consistent, all-encompassing sonic backdrop. This sound is known as pink noise. Imagine the sound of steady, gentle rainfall on a vast forest canopy. A million tiny taps creating a unified, soothing hiss.
Or the distant, perpetual murmur of a waterfall heard from miles away.
A constant white ribbon of sound, or the consistent, comforting rustle of wind through ancient sequoias. A sound that is never sharp, always round and soft. Scientifically, pink noise has a softer, more natural acoustic profile than white noise. It emphasizes and lowers ventruses and more your awareness beginning to float within it, to be cradled by it. You are not listening to it analytically dissecting its pitch or source.
You are resting within it,
allowing it to become the new atmosphere, the very element of your consciousness.
It is an auditory blanket,
woven from the fabric of stillness itself, wrapping around your awareness and muffling any final, residual flickers of internal thoughts, chatter, or the faintest ghost of external distraction. Let it carry you downstream on a slow, deep river without any need to swim, steer, or even know the direction. In this deepening delta state, a profound and palpable metabolic silence descends upon your entire organism. Your physical body, having been systematically invited into peace, is now achieving its lowest possible state of energy consumption while still maintaining the quiet flame of life. Bring the faintest, most subtle awareness to your breath now. Simply observe how it has changed. It may be so shallow, so delicate, that it is almost imperceptible, a mere whisper of movement at the nostrils, a slight coolness and warmth that comes and goes like a faint tide on a windless sea. There may be long, peaceful, empty pauses between each gentle, entirely automatic cycle. Pauses that stretch,
spacious and unanxious. This is perfect, a sign of supreme biological efficiency.
The heart rate is slow and steady. A deep, soft, subaudible drum in the cave of the chest. The body's core temperature has dropped a degree, following its circadian invitation to rest.
All systems, digestive, muscular, endocrine,
sympathetic,
but in a state of minimal maintenance, only operation,
which paradoxically allows for maximal restoration and repair. This is the biological state where cellular regeneration is optimized. Yet the immune system gathers its strength up patrols with silent efficiency, and the synaptic connections and emotional impressions of the day are integrated, sorted. It's stored into long-term memory. And with a subconscious mind, now wide open pores, and receptive quietly absorbs and begins to weave in the seed of your Sankalpa planet earlier. You are,
in the most therapeutic and transformative sense, consciously asleep.
You are aware of being present within a deep, dark, silent and boundless inner space, but there are no dreams, no litany of thoughts, no distinct body sensations. Just pure, undifferentiated being, the familiar, daily sense of being an individual you. With a specific named history, roles and concerns may feel distant, faded,
like a faint shoreline seen from far out at sea, irrelevant to the experience of the ocean itself. This is the liminal space fully realized and inhabited. You are in the fertile void, the generative gap between thoughts and identities, where healing is not something you do, but something that happens to you by virtue of your complete and utter surrender. I will speak very little now. My words are merely gentle buoys, placed in the vast, dark ocean of pink noise and silence, occasional soft markers to remind you that you are guided, that you are safe, that you can let go. Entirely release the last, finest vestige of listening effort. Allow the resonant rosing sound to wash through and around you, to become you, and descend, sink, settle into the profound, nourishing, absolute quiet at its very core.
Here, in the southern delta-aware center of your being, there is nothing to do and nowhere to go. You have arrived at the destination of deep rest, not as a place you must reach, but as a state that reveals itself when all effort dissolves. In this segment, we do not move forward or backward. We dwell, we abide, we remain. We allow ourselves to marinate in this restorative silence, trusting its quiet intelligence to work without interference. Like a deep medicinal spring flowing unimpeded through every tissue of your being. The pink noise continues, steady and constant, but your relationship to it has changed. It is no longer perceived as a sound coming from outside. It has become a gentle horizon of vibration, a soft atmospheric presence that blends seamlessly with the silence itself. It is no longer something you listen to. It is something you float within. It becomes the audible texture of emptiness, the subtle scaffolding that supports stillness without demanding attention. Within and around this sonic embrace, there is an immense and palpable peace. Your body is no longer experienced as a collection of separate parts, legs, arms, chest, face, but as a single unified field of sensation and energy. Boundaries soften, distinctions blur. The body feels coherent, synchronized, and profoundly at rest, vibrating at its most efficient and harmonious frequency. Imagine the difference between a choppy, wind-whipped sea and a vast, mirror-flat ocean under a moonless sky. The surface no longer moves, depth extends endlessly downward. Your organism is that still ocean. On a microscopic level, this coherence allows restoration to occur naturally. Residual inflammation from the minute stresses of the day begins to soften and resolve at a cellular level. Stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline dissipate like mist under the first light of dawn. In their place, the body releases hormones of repair and renewal. Growth hormone, melatonin, serotonin. These substances circulate quietly without drama, restoring balance, supporting immune function, and repairing tissue. The nervous system is not merely calm, it is actively repairing itself. Synaptic pathways that were frayed by constant stimulation begin to reorganize, and strengthen patterns of hypervigilance unwind. The system learns. At a deep level, what safety feels like. This learning is durable. It becomes a reference point that can be returned to long after this practice ends. The seed of your Sankalpa, planted earlier in the fertile darkness of the subconscious, is now being nourished. It is watered by this delta state awareness, warmed by metabolic quiet, and gently integrated into the architecture of your neural networks. Change occurs here without effort, without struggle, without willpower. Old patterns soften not because they are challenged, but because they are no longer needed. In this conscious sleep, you may experience moments of profound disorientation that are, in truth, moments of deep alignment. You may not be certain whether you are awake or asleep. Time may feel irrelevant or non-existent. The boundary between inner and outer experience dissolves. This is not confusion. This is the hallmark of Yoga Nidra, the state where awareness remains while the body rests as deeply as it does in dreamless sleep.
You may feel as though you were floating in a warm, dark, weightless ocean. You may sense that the defined edges of your body have dissolved into surrounding space, leaving only expansive awareness. You may feel everywhere and nowhere at once. There is no need to label any of this. There is no need to hold on to it or make sense of it. These experiences arise and pass on their own like currents moving through deep water. If a thought appears, a fragment of memory, a flicker of planning, observe it from a great distance, watch it as an astronomer might watch a nebula form and dissolve in a vast night sky. See it feed back into the silence from which it arose, like a bubble rising and popping on the surface of a still midnight pond, leaving the water even calmer than before. The primary experience here is not imagery or sensation, but peace. Wordless, contentless peace, not the peace of absence, but the peace of profound presence, the peace of the deep ocean floor where surface storms have no influence, the peace of the night sky between stars, vast and clear and full of quiet potential. Rest in this, do not seek it. You are already within it. There is no duration to measure, no progress to track, no goal to achieve. 1 minute immersed in this primordial quality of rest is as restorative as hours of ordinary, restless sleep. You are communing with the source of your own vitality, the ground of your being, the silent witness behind all experience. In this segment, we do not move forward or backward. We dwell. We abide.
We now approach the conclusion of our deep journey together. The next phase will depend on your intention for this practice. If you are listening during the day and wish to return to wakefulness feeling refreshed and integrated, follow the first set of instructions for a gentle reawakening. If you are listening at bedtime and intend to drift into a full night's sleep, follow the second set of instructions which will guide you into a seamless transition. Both paths will honor the profound rest you have cultivated for a daytime session.
Gentle reawakening.
We begin the return with the utmost care, ensuring the nervous system is not startled, preserving the deep peace you have nurtured first. We will use a gentle melodic cue to call your awareness back softly in your mind's ear. Imagine hearing a soft, harmonious hum, like the resonant tone of a singing bowl or a distant, beautiful bell. It is not loud or sharp, but a warm and vibrant, slow, natural brightening, as if the sun is rising within you. Without urgency, as you hear this inner sound, allow it to bring a sense of lightness and clarity concurrently. Picture the scene in your inner forest sanctuary. The light is now the soft, pastel light of dawn. Notice how it gently brightens behind your closed eyelids, a warm, golden pink glow that gradually grows, naturally suppressing melatonin and signaling to your brain's circadian rhythm that a new cycle of gentle alertness is beginning. There is no sudden shock of an alarm, only a slow, natural brightening, as if the sun is rising within you. Now, with great tenderness, bring a whisper of awareness back to your physical body lying in the room. Start with the breath. When you are ready, take one deeper, nourishing inhale, feeling the lungs expand fully. And as you exhale, feel a gentle wave of revitalizing energy ripple from your core out to your limbs. Very slowly, begin to reintroduce the most minuscule movements. Wiggle your fingers and toes just a little, feeling the life and circulation returning to these extremities. Gently rotate your ankles in one direction. Then the other, softly clench your hands into loose fists and then release them. Feeling the palms open, notice the weight and substance of your body again. The firm support of the surface beneath you. There is no rush, allow at least a minute for these initial movements. When you feel ready at your own organic pace, slowly roll onto your right side. Rest here in a comfortable fetal position for a few moments. Eyes still closed, cradle in the deep peace within you, as you would a precious gem. Then, using your own strength, gently press yourself up to a seated position. Move as slowly as you wish, as if you are moving through water. Finally, when you are fully fully seated and feel stable, allow your eyes to flutter open, blink softly, letting the light of the room enter gently. Without focusing sharply on anything, remain seated for several more deep, centering breaths, feeling the integration of deep rest with waking awareness.
Carry the profound stillness
And clarity of your practice with you as you move gently into the next part of your day.
you are.
Refreshed, integrated, and peaceful. For a sleep transition at bedtime, we're now drifting seamlessly from this guided practice into natural, healing, self-directed sleep. My voice will now begin to fade away completely, leaving you in supportive silence, cradled only by the soft, steady sound of the pinned noise, which will itself gently diminish in volume. Over the next few minutes, like a soft tide receding from the shore, the structured work of the practice is complete. The intention of your Sankalpa is set, and now resides in your subconscious. Your body and mind are perfectly prepared, softened, and harmonized for a night of profound restorative sleep. There is nothing more to do, nothing to remember, nothing to hold on to. Simply let go of the last thin thread of listening. Release any subtle focus on my words. Allow yourself to be carried by the natural current of your own fatigue, and the body's sleep pressure into deeper, dreamless layers of the night. Your breathing may become even slower. Your body may feel as if it is dissolving into the bed. The boundaries between the guided practice and your own natural sleep cycle are blurring and vanishing. You are safe. You are whole. The night will hold you. Your Sankalpa is with you, working in the silent language of the soul. Good night.